Hey all, I'm Streetback Guy, and I'm doing a marathon style commentary for this run. First we want to delete this, make sure the slot's empty, because otherwise the run's invalid. But Timeskip is a mod for the PC version of Dead Rising, and it skips all the waiting time between the main mission cases, which is quite nice and makes this wholly speedrunnable. So to start off, you're going to see a lot of jumping. That's because jumping is actually quicker than walking, and as we don't get any speed upgrades during this whole run, aside from grabbing the skateboard, but that doesn't really count, this is the fastest way of moving around without a skateboard. So the intro portion of the game, we are just going to keep on going until we hit the entrance hall, which is fantastic. In the entrance hall, we'll get the shotgun, which is the best early game weapon for this category. In New Game Plus, I don't run it at the moment, but in New Game Plus you get all the Mega Man pieces, including the Mega Buster, etc., and that makes it a hell of a lot easier to do. But I like the challenge in New Game Plus, plus it lends itself to some fun ideas. Get out my way, please. Thank you. And the shotgun's right there. Nice. And we're just going to jump towards the stairs now that we have the shotgun. I'll take that. So coming up, we have Jeff Skip. This isn't an official skip. It's just a stupid thing I like to say whenever I do this run. If Jeff notices you, that's fine. But if he doesn't notice you, that's Jeff Skip. It's random if he'll notice you or not. But yeah, I just think it's funny. Unfortunately, we didn't get Jeff Skip. RIP the run. So now, jumping to meet Jesse, who will give us a handgun. We do not want that handgun. What I usually do is I do a frame perfect input to drop the handgun straight after this. I think I got it. If Frank moves slightly, yeah, I got it. If Frank moves slightly after the cutscene and before the other thing pops up, that means you got the frame perfect input, which is fantastic. Other runners will usually keep the handgun until they get to the skateboard shop, and then once they go to get the magazine, they will swap out the handgun with the magazine. But I don't like doing that. I just think this way is slightly easier to do. It's pretty much doing the same thing, just getting rid of the handgun. We'll get another handgun in the boss fight coming up against Carlito, but that doesn't matter too much, because we will just swap it with whatever item we've dropped out, and in that case it will be a skateboard, because we're not switching weapons at all during this run. We're just going to skate on through most of the time, and the only weapons I recall we use are shotguns, the heavy machine gun from the convict's vehicle, which you will see later. The nail gun is if you miss the quick shotgun kill on Isabella, beat her, and then have to kill a zombie on her, because you can't hit it normally, I don't think. I think you have to actually use some sort of firearm. Right, here is Carlito 1. So we'll grab the skateboard back, switch to shotgun, and he is in fast cycle. Nice. I missed that last shot, but that's okay. We still save some time. Right, fantastic. And we got stock up early, which is amazing. Stock up is the best upgrade you can get at the beginning of the run. Oh, you stupid zombie. What it does is it just gives you an extra slot in your inventory, which is super useful. It lets you get the second magazine for sports or entertainment, one of the two. And the magazines, I don't think I've said yet, all they do is they multiply the amount of hits that your skateboard can take by 3. So if we have both at the same time, that's a pretty strong skateboard. I think there is a third magazine in the game you can get, but we don't go anywhere near it, and it's not worth getting, if I'm honest. There is a quick skip here that you can do to just get on your skateboard immediately. Unfortunately, I didn't get it and bonged because I'm an idiot. is if you mash X as soon as you press start to skip that cutscene. I bonked again, but that's okay. It was a tight corner. If you mash X, sometimes the camera will zoom in and down on Frank, and that means you just got a frame perfect input to get on the skateboard. Pretty early, which is quite nice. Also, I hate this section. This section sucks to skate through. But this is okay. So now we're just making our way back to the safe room to meet up with Jesse and Brad and Otis, of course. You can forget Otis. All trying to avoid zombies where we can. The general rule of avoiding zombies is to go behind them where you can, because they can grab you if you skate in front of them. It's rare, but they can. But going behind them, they have to turn around, and they're not that fast at turning around. So going behind them is optimal. Yeah, man. I'm surprised my skateboard's not blinking yet, actually. Sorry. Oh. Get off me, please. Thank you. Did I just... No, I didn't drop my skateboard. Good. Sometimes zombies will drop hunks of meat. And it's bad. It's bad if you're in, say, the entrance. Entrance to Paradise Plaza, like I just was. And you accidentally pick that up before going through the door. Because if you're holding your skateboard, you drop a skateboard. And skateboards are precious. Also, I can hardly do that last little grind, but when I pull it off, I feel amazing because everyone else can do it almost flawlessly. And it just makes me sad. Right. So now we'll just pop in here, trigger a cutscene. We're losing a bit of time, but that's okay. And now we'll just mash A. Because case 1 is done, and now we're on to case 2. And now we have to go rescue the professor. And what we're going to do is, because it's another Carlito fight, we're going to hit him with hockey sticks. Which are fun. So, there is a sports shop in the entrance plaza where Carlito and the professor are. Also cutscene. And if your skateboard is low on health, you can switch it out there. But that wastes like a couple of seconds. So optimally you want your skateboard to be at full health or pretty good health at this point. But that sports shop is also where we are going to get the hockey stick, because we want to save shotgun shells. And if we go to the specific spot, which is right here, and aim, we can hit Carlito and damage him quite nicely. Where he goes, it's all random, so you just got to try and predict his movements. But aiming is best done using the middle of the blue band on the hockey stick. You want to try and not miss too much, because if you run out of pucks, it is essentially a dead run. Like that. But Brad can shoot him. I'm doing a strat that's just going to kill me. Oh! That's not supposed to happen, by the way. You're not supposed to beat him with a skateboard. Jesus Christ. Anyway, now we're on to Medicine Run. I'm going to go this way instead of down the elevator. Reason being, this way is a lot more safer and it doesn't make you zigzag through the shelves. Instead, you just come right out here and the entrance is right here. Cool. So we do have stock up now, and that means we could go into the bookshop opposite where we came out to grab the second book that we need, but it's just faster overall to get it on the way back from this mission. I bonked a little, but that's fine. And here we meet the convicts. The lovely convicts who tried to murder us, so we're going to murder them in response. Now we're going to skate over here and get the zombie stuck in a tree and hopefully also be in a position where the gunner doesn't hit us, but if he does it's fine. We want to hit this guy 3 times in the head, which we have done. Fantastic. And now we are going to go to the maintenance tunnels, which are a nightmare if you're playing this casually. We only go to the maintenance tunnels 3 times during the run. One is right now. The other is Bomb Collector, which is a horrible mission, might I add. And the other is to get to Larry the Butcher, which is the final boss of this run. You want to watch out for shopping carts because they can flip your cars over and also disorientate you. Right, so we're out now. That's a hunk of meat. You can have that. And we're just going to skateboard on through. You want to try and park your car as close to the entrance as possible to stop the zombies. And then you can just get straight in. Reverse a little. Reverse again. And now we're on our way to Stephen to actually get the medicine. The reason we got the convict's car here in the first place is not just because it's quicker to get here. It's also because of the heavy machine gun on the back. This lets us quick kill Stephen, which is fantastic, might I add. So we'll examine that, take it off, and jump our way to Sean's, or Sean's, I don't know how you say it, food and stuff. A quick kill on Stephen is a pain sometimes. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. If I don't get it, I'll show you the backup strat. Yeah, I didn't get it. That's fine. That's not the best backup strat, but it works. And now we're just going to go over and get the first aid kit, which we need for someone. I forgot who. Who do we need it for? Oh yeah, Professor Barnaby. I wouldn't skateboard through this part just because it's a pain. So what I'd do is I would try and zombie ride over a zombie. Just because once you do that, it leaves a 1 and 2 second window, 1 or 2, where you don't get grabbed, which is fantastic. And then we just come over to this nice little van and drive on out the maintenance tunnels. But we're going to be ditching the van almost immediately. So now we're picking up the fastest vehicle in the game, the red sports car. And this is where you'll see mostly that the vehicles in this game drive like they're on butter. It's turning very sensitive, it's very rigid, and I don't like it. Also, Sophie's dead somehow, even though we're out here, unless she got grabbed by a zombie. It happens. Right, so now we're going to go to the bookstore, and we're going to get that second magazine, which will help with durability of our skateboards. This skateboard's about to break, but luckily I've still got my second one, so that will help when it comes to skateboarding to Isabella, who can kill your runs if you're not careful. Please get out of my way. So you have to kind of gauge on if you want to jump kick in or not. Sometimes it's better to just walk in or jump in than jump kicking. I've lost time on this run, but it was worth it for that Carlito kill. Just thank God he shot at Brad instead of me. Okay. If you mash A too much, Frank will do a little jump in the air like that. Unfortunately, I'm in that bad habit of mashing A, but it's okay. Right, we have a good health skateboard, but I'm still going to go this way. I've only started recently doing this in my runs, but if I go this way during gill hunting and medicine run, it just seems better for me, and it makes sure that my skateboards last a lot longer, which is ideal. But now, Isabella can kill your runs in many reasons. But first, we get teleported out to the park. And we're right there. Excellent. Cultists, they're not really a big issue. Just ignore them. But Isabella can kill your runs by killing you in the boss fight. As she basically, if you're unlucky, you won't be able to pull off a shotgun quick kill on her, which I will try and show off. But if you don't pull it off and have to kill her some other way, it's very hard. One way I usually do is lumber strats as a backup, which, because there's a piece of lumber just lying around, it's risky, but when she gets stuck in a looping animation around you, I try and get close and hit her. That's the quicker way than the other way, which is jumping over her and trying to jump kick her to death. Right, so we're at Isabella. I swapped to the wrong thing. Well, I jumped over her, so that's fine. This is a quick shotgun kill. All it is quickly swapping between. And I'm hoping I don't run out of... Kill him. Thank you. If she kills the zombies for me, I'm happy. Please stop. Very nice. And we got one shot left, which is perfect for the next mission, which is saving Isabella from a zombie. And I wouldn't worry about your life if it gets too low during that fight. If you pass it, you'll level up and your health will be restored, which is fantastic. So we go to this nice little abandoned shop, and a zombie will attack Isabella. So what do? We mash X with the shotgun, and immediately it's dead. And now we begin probably one of the more peaceful parts of the run, carrying Isabella. Now we have to be careful out here, because Kindle, the survivor's around, and he has a shotgun. And he can sometimes shoot you if you're not careful, so I usually stick to the right-hand wall. You also need to be careful of these zombies, because if they swipe at you like that, sometimes it will knock Isabella off. Also, I golded somehow, even though I lost time. Nice. So we're just going straight back to the safe room. No shortcuts, no enemies, apart from zombies, but they're easy to avoid. Nothing. So this is fine. It's just a leisurely walk. And I must say, I do like the music during this part. It's eerie, but it's also quite calming at the same time. There's not space at the door, is there? That's fine. Oh, now there is. Thanks, guys. Nice. Right, so same strategy applies with these zombies. Try and walk behind them where you can to avoid getting swiped. You can try and risk it if you want in some instances where it might be a bit quicker, but overall it's not really worth risking too much. Oh my god, there's a lot of zombies by this. Exit. I'm not a fan of this. Zombie, go away. Zomble. Okay. And now we just walk straight through, ignoring every single zombie in our path because they don't know what they're doing and they don't have jobs to go to. Lazy bombs. Right. It's fine if this is packed. You can mash B when you're near the button and you will start to do the animation to drop Isabella off, but if you're quick enough and get the button, because it leans you slightly more towards it, you'll just go up, and as soon as you exit out, you'll still be carrying Isabella, which is nice. Also, we're coming up to the worst mission in the game, Bomb Collector. And this is the worst for two reasons. One, it's in the maintenance tunnels. Two, your car that you're going to be using has hardly any health. And absolutely sucks. And because my skateboard is blinking at the moment, I'm going to go this way again. Oh, I was hoping I didn't hit one, but that's fine. So, because we got the maintenance tunnel key earlier, what we can do is we can go straight from Paradise Plaza into the maintenance tunnels from an alternative exit. And unfortunately that exit is by the toilets. I mean, kind of makes sense, right? But yeah, it's right here. And all we do now, skate over here, drop down here. If you need health at this point, in that cardboard box, if you skate over it, there is raw meat. And that gives you 2 health back. But this is the car we're using, the good old sedan. You want to try and not hit as much zombies as possible, if that makes sense, because your car can break very easily. Right. So here's the first bomb. And we're going to do a quick little reverse. If we're lucky, we might be able to squeeze in on the left-hand side because Carlito spawns over there. Ah, he hit us, unfortunately. And that damaged us. But that's okay. If we keep playing this safely, we may still be able to do this. Plus, I still have a skateboard, so it's possible to complete. Also, in this section, you want to watch out for the shopping carts, because they do amazing damage to you. That was not good. That was not good at all. This is the one thing I'm scared about during a marathon, so if this does get accepted into a marathon, I will always save before this mission. My car's already starting to smoke, which is not good, but I only have 2 left, so that's not too bad. As long as Carlito doesn't grenade me, and he doesn't. Fantastic. Right, so this next one coming up, it's best to reverse down if you can. Also, we've got to tack up. Nice. There we go. I'm hoping. Oh, Carlito got stuck. Nice. So we can just drive away. You want your car to survive the whole thing if possible. But if not, it's surviving up till here is pretty good. Get out of my way, please. Thank you. And we're just gonna skateboard over to this van, as we can just drive on out here now and not worry about the zombies. I should also say that when you're driving the white car, the sedan, you do have to worry about the shopping trolleys again and the propane tanks, because they will damage your car. Right, so now we're getting back in our lovely old red sports car. As you can probably hear from the music, the convicts have respawned, but that's okay because we're not dealing with them anymore. In fact, there they are. Hi guys. Bye guys. I've never seen them there. It's always nice to see them. It's like a family reunion. Right, so skating back. My board is blinking, but it should be on okay health. There is a kid screaming outside. Nice. Don't know why they're screaming, don't really care, but please don't do that too often, kid. Oh, there they go again. Right. My board is very low now. I will be replacing it in an upcoming mission with Isabella for the hideout. I just got to make sure it survives until then. Oh wow, I actually golded a bomb collector too. I'm happy with that. And here we get another nice little cutscene. We'll just skip this one. It's fine. Somehow golded that as well. Don't matter. And now we're at a hideout. So instead of skating off, we'll talk to Isabella. We'll wait till she's a bit closer, then call the elevator. Usually that is fine. Excellent. And what we want is this mannequin. No, go away. Because Isabella likes to get distracted by zombies. And we don't want her to be distracted by zombies. Also, high step. So we're going to try and kill as many as we can to avoid her being distracted. And we can go over to the exit once she's over the yellow line. Like so. Oh, no. Okay, she has to be a bit closer, but that's not a problem. And it should be good now. Fantastic. So, now that Isabella's here, we are going to get as far away as possible from her to despawn zombies. My board just broke, so I'm going to jump over here and get my boards again. But that's okay. So we are going to go down this staircase. And this should despawn zombies for Isabella. A good visual indicator of where to go is just as she's beginning to cross your right leg. Oh, she stopped for some reason. Okay, now is a good time. And because we got fresh skateboards, we can slightly be a bit more risky when going towards Isabella. See the zombies just pop in there, which is quite nice. Now, Leisure Park, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to get the hell away from Isabella to despawn zombies. So we're going to head straight towards the food court, like we did for the first boss fight with Carlito. But we're not going to go in the food court. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go around that tree that's directly in front of me and loop around. And that should give us enough time to actually get Isabella there into the loading zone before North Plaza. And we'll possibly also meet her there at almost the same time, which is fantastic. I'm going to keep skating over this side just in case, because sometimes if you skate too forward through that patch of grass over there, zombies would pop in, and we don't want that. So just skate around the outside here. Looks like they have spawned. It's a shame, but fortunately the loading zone for the North Plaza door is quite big. As soon as Isabella is in that tree shadow, you can enter it. So that's pretty good. Now, once inside North Plaza, we're going to skate towards the motorcycle. The reason we're doing this is again to despawn zombies. But that's not also the... Actually no, that is the only reason we're doing it. But yeah. There's a lot of zombies here now, so your skateboard might get a bit banged up. You just got to be careful. We do have the other skateboard as a backup, which is quite nice. But once you're on the motorcycle, you want to wait 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, that zombie swiped me, which does take away health, so you want to be careful around that as well, with zombies around you. And now we're going to drive towards the gun store. The gun store is where we're going to pick up 2 shotguns. Oh, sorry Isabella. It's fine, let me just fix that for you. We're going to pick up 2 shotguns because that's how we're going to kill Larry the Butcher, who is the final boss of this run. Just get rid of that. That's fine. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. And now we find the fabled hideout, which is a dingy storeroom hidden above some shops. It's not even a storeroom, it's just like some weird place, I don't know. Cool. So now we do that, we go back to the safe room for I believe the last time because that will trigger the butcher. That will trigger the butcher's mission. Again, it's inevitable that you're going to hit zombies here, but you still want to try and avoid hitting as many of them as possible because you want your skateboard to last until the end of the game now. Because once you finish Butcher and go back to the hideout, yeah, it's going to be a long way back to the safe room, so you're going to want to make sure your skateboard survives that. Plus there's a section where you're going to have to skateboard back from the butchers up through the supermarket, and because of the amount of zombies in there, it is a pain sometimes, so you just want to be careful where you can. If you're not feeling confident with it, you can always go back upstairs from here and get another skateboard. It does waste a bit of time, but better safe than sorry sometimes. Right, now question is, okay, hit you. Didn't get it, that's fine. I can just do this. I'll just jump around. Get hit apparently. And we're off. And another cutscene will trigger. And that should be the end of case 8-3. Nice. And now it's the Butcher, the last boss of the run. And the reason why we picked up 2 shotguns is because we can do a quick shotgun kill on him as well. Amazing, right? You can technically do it on anyone. It's just we only really use it on Larry and Isabella, because they are pains in the arse otherwise. So now we're just going to go the same way we did for Bomb Collector and exit the maintenance tunnel through there. Luckily the way to Larry is easier than Bomb Collector. It's literally the 3rd left and then the 1st right. Again, if you need some health just in case, which I'm going to get, raw meat over here. But make sure to pick up your skateboard afterwards. Right, so 1st left there. Crashed car, even though we didn't see that crash. 2nd left here. And then the 3rd left right here. Then at the very end of this straight passage, we're going to go right. So Larry the Butcher's entrance is right next to Sean's Food and Stuff, as I mentioned earlier. So once you're back here, you know exactly where to go, which is fantastic. Before you enter the Butcher's door, it's probably best to make sure that you've equipped the shotguns, because you're going to be swapping between them a lot. Now the strategy for Larry is hide. Hide, and if he throws meat at you, hide behind more meat. He will try and throw knives at you, but if you're behind meat, it shouldn't worry too much. Nope, didn't want to do that. Where is he? There we go. That's Larry dead. It wasn't the best Larry, but it worked. And now we're in the end game. My skateboard's broke. Ah well. That's okay. I'm just gonna finish this run. I should have picked up another skateboard earlier, actually, now that I think about it, but it's a bit too late for that. So we're just going to make our way over here. What you usually do is skateboard down, trying to avoid zombies. And here you just grab the motorcycle and head back towards the hideout. And this is essentially the end of the game. After the next lot of cutscenes, there will not be any zombies left in the mall, so you're actually free to just skate your way back to victory if you have a skateboard. And I paused there. Why did I pause there? No one knows. Excellent. So here it's just going to be a lot of cutscenes that we're going to spam start for. Basically, the military comes in, questions Jesse. Jesse turns into a zombie. Then the military comes into the mall, starts eradicating zombies and any survivors they find. And it's quite scary. Right, the last one to mash on is when you see that loading screen with Brock's face. Then you just go back and press B. And all of a sudden, well, hey, you're free. There's no zombies left in the mall because they're all dead. As you can probably tell from the bodies over there. This is not ideal, as I've probably said, but hey, at least it's a run finished. And hopefully that showed you guys the ways of Timeskip new game. I enjoy it. It's a fun little challenge. Sometimes your runs do die, which is unfortunate, but sometimes it can't be helped. Sometimes it's just an error that may have been made. It happens. Once I get back in, I am going to grab a skateboard though, just because jumping all the way is not going to be fun. But yeah, all the zombies are dead, strangely in their spawn positions again. But hey, what does that matter? We have free reign of the mall now. Until we go to the safe room, you can pretty much do anything you want in the mall. At least I believe so. I haven't played this in so long. Come here, you. Right. Usually, when my board broke by skating up those stairs, if your board is in good condition or barely touched, you can skate up those stairs to get rid of the zombies. And yeah, it's just slightly quicker to do that than jumping around. Right. Time comes up once you enter the safe house and a cutscene starts. So, let's see. 33:17. I will take that. I will definitely take that. It was a bit unfortunate with the skateboard breaking. But, yeah, I probably should have been a bit more cautious there. It just looked like my skateboard was pretty good. But yeah, that's Timeskip new game. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a little bit more about Dead Rising speedrunning Timeskip new game.